Hello Udemy, I am Shakzee from Shakzee.com and welcome in lecture number 8. Today we are going to cover our input group sections from the component sections. Make sure we are working on bootstrap 3 series for now, because before completing bootstrap 4 you need to learn, or you need or the required bootstrap 3. So bootstrap 3 is required before learning bootstrap 4. So that's why we are covering each and everything from the bootstrap 3 sections. Then we can move further. So go to your input group. So you know that there are two approaches. If you have to memorize each and everything, or each and every class, or each and every step. For suppose first step is to create the input group class inside input group class to a div, or then you need to add span, then you need to add input type equals to text. So these are the steps. So you have to memorize each and every step, and you have to memorize each and every class and IDs, and for suppose Arial or Arial labels, and you can or anything. So I think it's hard to memorize each and everything. So that's why you just need to memorize that where is the input group, where is the drop down menu, or where is the button group. So it's easy for you. So anyway, go to your input group. So now you can see extend from controls by adding text or buttons before, after, or on both sides of any text based input. So it's saying that if you need to add some buttons or something, or some text inside the input type, so how can you do that? You just need to add, for suppose if you need to add this button, if you need to add before your input type, and if you want this button before this input, so how can you do that? You just need to copy, you can paste here. Okay, so now you have input group. First of all, it's similar to your button group, you can see here. Okay, so now you have input group first of all, then you have a span, then you have input type equals to text. Okay, so now I'm saying $, for suppose. Refresh the page. Where is the bad boy? Okay, you can see you have a long input type equals to text. So it's appearing. Why it's appearing? Just a second, I'm just to add some classes. So if you don't know about these classes, so don't worry, I'm going to cover each and every class or each and every sections from this bootstrap 3. Okay, so now you have container class. Inside your container class you have your row, and now I'm saying inside your row I have a column, for suppose large column 6. Okay, so you have your code. If you don't know about these classes 1, 2, 3, you just ignore these classes for now. Okay, so here div. So these 3 divs starts at the top and it's ending here. Okay, so now container row call lg 6, just ignore these 3 divs, consider this. So now you have your input group. First of all, you have your span, you have your input type equals to text. Now go to your page, refresh the page, you have your input type. So now I'm saying call md offset 3. Okay, so it's okay, now it's fine. So now you have your input type equals to text. So now you can change your placeholders. For suppose enter your username or email, whatever you want to add. So enter your username, or you just need to add this, for suppose @ because you are receiving email address, or in simple words, enter your email address. Okay, now it's working fine. So it's working fine. You need to add input group first of all, then input group add-ons. So whenever you can remove this section. So now you can see it's not working. Why it's not working? Because this class is not available. So if you want to show your text in line or in a single line with your input type equals to text or input, so you need to add this class input group add-ons. So and you need to add this form group form control class. Okay, why you need? Because you can see, okay, we will cover this class for further lectures, because this class whenever you add this class inside your column, so okay, leave it now. Just consider that you have the input group and you have this sections, and now you can see you can remove this class. So now you have text with buttons. Okay, so if you want to need this button at the right, you can see right side, so how can you do that? Okay, just copy paste here. Okay, now it's if you need that you have the button at the right side, you can see, just copy this bad boy and you can paste this bad boy here, and now you go to your page, refresh the page, it's working fine. So you can see you have your button at the right side, or if you want the buttons both side from your input, so you can see you have both side buttons. So here is your buttons and here is your button. So refresh the page, so you have buttons both side from your input. Okay, so how can you add the size? So you can add input group LG, input group small, or input group extra small. So go to your page, I'm saying input group, I'm saying LG, so you can see it's a large, or I'm saying SM, so it's small. So it's totally depend upon you. By adding this class, you can see it's working fine, or it's increasing its height and width. Okay, so you have input class, checkbox and radio buttons. For suppose if you need to add your checkbox and radio buttons with your input type equals to text, how can you add? You can add these, just copy this bad boy and paste this bad boy here first of all. Okay, so now you have input group first of all, then you are adding input group add-ons, and now you are adding input type equals to text, or in simple words, here is your old code, and you are adding this here like this. Now what you need to add your input type equals to checkbox inside your this span. I'm saying input type equals to checkbox, and I'm saying class form control. Go to your page, refresh the page. Now you can see you are adding your class. Okay, you need to add the extra class or Arial label also. So Arial label, and you are adding the form group and input type equals to. Okay, now go to your page, refresh the page. Okay, it's not. Okay, just remove this class, go to your page, refresh the page. Okay भाई, यहाँ से नहीं है, यहाँ से है. So if you want to add your checkbox or your radio buttons, how can you add? You just need to copy this sections and you can paste these sections here, and here is your input group and your class input group add-ons, and you have a checkbox and you have a text fields. Now go to your page, refresh the page, you have a checkbox. So how can you add your radio buttons? So this is class, copy this and you have your input type equals to radio button. So this is the radio buttons. Okay, so if you are adding your button, go button with your text, so how can you add? You just need to copy this first of all, paste this here. I'm going to explain what's going on. So this is your input group first of all, then you have input group add-ons, then you are adding a button. So it's very simple. You just need to add inside this class button, radio button, even drop down. So you can see you have a drop down. How can you add the drop down? Just copy drop down from these sections and you can add the drop down here, or in simple words, copy these sections and paste these sections here. First of all, what's going on? This is your input class, so it's a start here and ends here, and this is your drop down input group button first of all, then you have a drop down buttons, you have a drop down menu. Now go to your page, refresh the page, you have drop down with your input type equals to text. So in this way you can add many things. So go to your input group class, so play around, you can just copy and paste your inside your editor. So in the next lecture we are going to cover our nav sections. I think this is enough for today. So it's totally depend upon you which approach you are using. Either you are going to memorize each and every class and each and every step from your Twitter bootstrap, or you just need to memorize the sections. For suppose where is the nav bar sections, where is the button section, where is the input group section, where is the button group section. So thank you for watching.